What I want to start out with is, I heard some testimony during today's hearing about the viability of a pregnancy being difficult to determine because they're all based on a different diagnosis, different situation. And I'll get to that later in my comments. I just want to start out with knowing that, and I know that it was just mentioned that, you know, some babies have a 50-50 shot of survival. You know, Dr. Schreier mentioned that. I just want to say this: every life has opportunity and hope. And sometimes doctors, despite their best efforts, do not calculate the appropriate outcome for their diagnosis. I've had a personal experience with this. When my son Freddie was 3 years old, he had an injury, resulted in led to a devastating head injury. He had an accident. The doctors, despite their best efforts, thought Freddie was not going to live. He was put on life support. As we waited and prayed, the doctor's prognosis was that the mortality rate of children in his condition was not 50%, was not 98%, but we were told was 100%. He was not going to live. They even tried to convince us to disconnect life support and end his treatment since they did not believe he was going to live. He was on a vent for 28 days. We chose life, we chose hope. And Freddie started to recover. Even then, the doctors said he would have permanent brain damage and would not have a meaningful or full life. I'm happy to say that today, Freddie has fully recovered. Freddie's outcome was different. He graduated from college and now works for the hospital that saved his life. It was a different outcome than what the doctors told us it would be. His accident is now a memory, but also an opportunity to learn about the value of human life. As this pertains to today's hearing, in this country, we have countless situations where people determine the value of an unborn human life. Abortions are sometimes planned and executed based upon diagnoses that have uncertain outcomes. Sometimes as a result, babies are born, they are alive, and they are killed as part of a planned abortion procedure. This should not only shock the conscience, but should make the American people sick. I'm not asking for an answer to the next question I'm going to ask. I'm just going to leave it up to the people that are watching. But where does it stop when we have people determining the value of human life? I yield back.